अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome all of you with my love and respect. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, samajis, satsangis sitting with us in Rajya Sabha and all over the world through Nithyananda TV, Sadhana TV, Lotus News Channel, Ishwar TV, and through two-way video conferencing, having Nayana Diksha, cities sitting with us, through two-way video conferencing in 23 countries, Los Angeles, Ohio Mashivananda, Port Washington, East London, Hyderabad Gupta Kashi, Indrani Malhotra, Hong Kong, Vancouver, Devon, Anna Nagar, Dubai, Singapore, Kathmandu, San Diego Pacific Beach, Paris, Sacred Arts University, Nithyananda Nagar, South Dakota, Saint Crystal, France, Houston, Kalahasti, Kuala Lumpur, San Jose, Oklahoma, Hyderabad, Charlotte. That's it. I welcome Oman, Sivagangai and Phoenix, Seattle, Toronto, Bangalore. I welcome all of you with my love and blessings. Today I'll expand on instant process for completion. Please understand, you need to receive it from the space of listening. Instant process for completion. If you listen intensely, end of the satsang, you will be complete. First, please listen. Please come to the space of listening. I want you to define cognition. I'll give you a few definitions. Then I'll expand on the process of instant completion. First, understand what is cognition. Cognition is receiving information, the process where we receive information through our five senses, process that information internally, relate with it based on your root patterns, and respond to life from the understandings of your patterns we derive from. Means understanding from your responding from your patterns is known as cognition. Listen, I am repeating the process where we receive information through five senses, internalize with our patterns, respond based on our patterns, is cognition. Normally this is cognition. Now I want you just to understand the second statement I want to make. Please understand, there is no connection between the first statement now I made and the second statement I am making. I defined cognition. Now I am going to define authenticity. It is like I am preparing many items for cooking. In the end, I will put everything together and cook and give you the food. I am just preparing the ingredients for cooking. First I cut carrot, then I cut brinjal. You can't say, what is this? You cut carrot and without even putting that into the oven, you are cutting the brinjal. No. First I will prepare, then I will give you the final understanding. Listen now. Cognition. Understand the truth about cognition. Receiving information through 5 senses and internalizing with your root pattern, responding based on your pattern is cognition. Understand authenticity. I am giving you a little deeper definition. Authenticity is nothing but being sincere to the 4 aspects of you. What you feel as you, inner image. What you project you to others, outer image. What you think about others and life, others' image about others, and what others hold you as, others' expectation. Mamakara, inner image, ahankara, outer image, swa anyakara, image about others, anyakara, others' expectation about you, what others hold for you. In all these 4, being sincere, please listen, being sincere in all these 4 means what? Having best inner image, having best outer image, having best idea about others and life, and being very sincere about what others hold you for. I tell you, please listen. Spend few minutes to sit and define what you want to feel you. What kind of a feeling about you will be the best for you? What do you think is best you? Define. What do you think as best outer image for you? What's the best way you wanted to project you? Same. What's the best image you wanted to have about others and life? What is the best sincere way you want to take responsibility about what others hold you for? Define all these 4. Anything which disturbs in any one of these is an incompletion. Understand? Anything which disturbs any one of this is an incompletion. All of you understand authenticity? Listen. I am creating separate ingredients so that in the end I will give you the complete understanding. It's one of the powerful revelations I had yesterday night in the Samadhi, because last few days we are having the College of Pitadishwas, the meeting of all sannyasis and Naishtik Brahmacharis, Krama Brahmacharis, other than Gurukul kids who don't need this meeting. We are having a meeting and where we are discussing and trying to help each other to hold ourselves in the highest context. And I am personally sitting and spending as much time as I can and helping, enriching. So this was one of the biggest problem. Many were expressing in the discussion, some for themselves, some for when we teach, when we help others. How can we handle this? Holding ourselves and others in the highest context, the best possible space. So yesterday whole night I was sitting with that mood that there should be some clear understanding, experiential solution for this. I think Kalbhairava brought this kind of disciples towards me so that I will continue to find solutions. So that continuously I will be contemplating and finding more and more solutions which will be used for the whole world. Which will be useful for the whole world. See, if not for these disciples and their problems, I will not be contemplating on this. I will just pass away into Samadhi and come back next morning. But now, because of these particular definite unsolvable problems, I also contemplate on it, and then the truths are revealed which is useful to the whole world. Listen. Please understand, I have defined cognition, now I have defined authenticity, then I defined incompletion. Now I am giving you one more understanding. Please understand. All these four have only you as the central focal point. So, if you are at the peak and best of all these four, you are living in a state of completion. I am just defining. Don't worry about how to go it. How to go there, I will explain now. All these four means inner image, what you feel about you, outer image, what you project you to others, others' image, what image you have about others and life, and others' expectation about you, what others hold you for, Anyakara. In all these four, you are the center. Have best inner image. Have best outer image. Have best image about others and life. Decide to hold yourself in the highest space of what others hold you for. Being sincere to all these four is authenticity. Actually, I have defined authenticity completely in a new way. Anything, if you don't believe, even while you are defining, if you have a doubt, oh God, I don't think I will ever be able to achieve this state at all. That is what I call self-doubt. If you sit and write pen down, while you pen down itself, your pen will be stuck. Because the black is not in the ink flowing into the pen. The black is the consciousness flowing into your brain. So if your pen is stuck, be very clear, that is what is self-doubt. And I wanted you to understand, consciousness is the ink, kala, time, is the paper, your body is the pen, your will is the decision to write. Anything you write in your inner space will become reality. When you write about you, even in the outer space, in the paper and pen, if you are stuck, or if you have a doubt, you will never be able to realize this. That is what I call self-doubt. Or if you think anything is an obstacle for you being sincere in all these four, that is the incompletion you have. This is the method to diagnose incompletion. This is the method to diagnose incompletion. Next, please understand. Next, very important, ध्यान से सुनिए. Listen. Listen. I have defined cognition, authenticity, incompletions, completions. Completion also I have defined theoretically. Now, how to experience it? How that can be your life? One more great news you have. Cognition is not an established organ of you. It can be programmed as you want. Listen. From today, if you strongly start believing, even with your doubt, self-doubt and all, that this pillar is God, the way you behave with this pillar and the power of your cognition will make few more others will believe, and maybe in next few months or few years, based on that your strength of your cognition, this pillar will be worshipped as a god and it will become a temple. Separate temple will be built for this pillar. And I know there are in many temples, separate temples are built only for pillar. In Thiruvannamalai there is a temple, there is a shrine called Kambatkalayana. Means there is a small Subramanya carved on a pillar. The great saint Arunagirinathar declared that pillar is a god and that Subramanya is a living deity. Power of his cognition and the people around him, their cognitions. Now there is a huge separate temple standing just for that pillar. It is a pillar of another one hall, but just for this pillar, separate temple is standing. That pillar is the Garbha Mandir now, and a separate temple is there. Same way, if you cognize in this pillar ghost is there, don't go near. And the power of your cognition, the way you behave and respond to this pillar, and the way you affect the other's cognition about this pillar, In few months, people may abandon even this whole hall, may never enter in. How many of you cognize what I am saying? So please understand, your cognition is not a natural organ of your system. It is programmable, transformable, possible software. It is not hardware. Because it is there for quite a long time, you mistake the difference between software and hardware. Your eye is hardware, your ear is hardware, but hearing is software. Seeing is software. Please listen. Because you continuously see, you forget seeing is a programmable. Seeing is changeable. Seeing is transformable. Cognition is changeable, programmable, transformable. This is the great news. Listen, this is the great news. Even your doubt, who wants to change? I even have laziness to wanting to change. I have doubt whether I really want to even change. Even that can be changed. That is the beauty of cognition. Why do you have a doubt? Please listen. You try to go on cooking without lighting the stove. You brought a vessel and you put all that, try digging, shaking, doing everything. You try 10 times. Then after that you decide whole science of cooking is a false lie. But you forget one of the important things required for cooking is the fire, which you did not create. Do I want to change? I feel lazy. Is also one more cognition you have. Is also one more cognition which is transformable, which is changeable. Everything that exists and you experience as reality stems only from your cognition. All incompletions are functions of only your cognition. Listen. So whether it is incompletions or completion, it is your cognition. The great news is cognition is changeable, transformable. All completion is also only your cognition. All completion is your cognition. All incompletion is your cognition. Your cognition alone binds you. Your cognition alone liberates you. Now you need to understand. Please listen. First pen down all the 4 items. Not now. Later on sit and pen down. Now drop your paper and pen. Later on sit and pen down all these 4. Most sincere inner image what you want for you. most sincere outer image, what you want to project as you, most sincere image about others and life, what you want to carry, the most sincere others image, how you want to hold yourself up to that, make a clear description, then start penning down what all is the obstruction, what all obstacles for you realizing that. Those obstacles, those obstruction, listen. Those obstructions are incompletions. Before entering into conclusion, I wanted all of you to understand, only then the conclusion will work. Before starting the cooking, you have to keep all the ingredients ready. After lighting the fire, you cannot run and make paddy into rice. You can't say, oh God, I forgot to cut vegetable. I have a full pumpkin. What can I? Shall I throw the whole thing? No, you can't. What are all the obstacles that come in the way of you being the peak and best in all these four at any given point in time are incompletions. Pen down all the incompletions. Please listen. After you pen down all the incompletions, understand it is your cognition which is changeable. Actually, you have only one root pattern that your cognition can't be changed. Listen. The root of the root pattern is only one. Your cognition can't be changed. Because of that root of the root pattern, your cognition can't be changed. No completion works on you. You stand on in the train. See, you are going from here to Varanasi. The train stops at Mohalsarai station, from where you have to go to Varanasi. You see the board Mohalsarai. And you never got down from the train into the platform. Train moved before you got down. But you don't realize that. And you start walking inside the train itself. To and fro, to and fro. Will you reach Varanasi? Once Mullah Nasruddin was going in a boat. He started walking to and fro inside the boat. The boatman said, "Sir, why don't you sit down?" This guy says, "No, I have no time to sit down. I am in a hurry to reach the place. I have to walk quickly." Walking quickly inside the boat is not going to take you anywhere. So with a strong root of the root pattern, the cognition is not changeable. Any amount of completion is not going to work for you. First understanding you need is cognition is changeable. You may not be able to cook for last 20 years because you forgot how to light the fire. Because of that, the whole science of cooking is not lie, false. Getting it? Same way, with this deep cognition, cognition is not changeable. Maybe it is changeable for others, not for me. With that cognition, any completion you do, what will be the result? Zero. Understand? Cognition is changeable. Cognition is changeable, transformable, is the first cognition you need to have. That is the first cognition you need to have. Whenever people realized cognition is changeable, spontaneous enlightenment happens. Please understand. People who do completion, with this basic root pattern of cognition is not changeable, then finally at one point they break and understand cognition is changeable, become enlightened. That is called enlightenment process, gradual enlightenment. People who understand immediately cognition is changeable and awaken are people who have become spontaneously enlightened, instant enlightenment. Understand? Cognition is changeable with this truth as fire. The ingredients you need to add into the vessel is the right inner image, sincere mamakara, sincere ahankara, sincere anyakara, sincere swa-anyakara. It can be up to your sincere. It does not need to be up to others' sincerity, your sincerity. Add these four ingredients and remove the skin. While you cook, you remove many vegetable skin, peel it off and throw it away. What's the skin need to be removed is, which is obstruction for all these four, the incompletions, are the skin you need to peel and remove. And please understand, in cooking you need to peel the skin and remove. Here, with the process of enlightenment, you don't even need to do that. Just if you decide, please listen, just if you decide, with this authentic four components of me, from now onwards I cognize, I decide to cognize this authentic four definition about me as me. And anything which is abstractly, I decide to disown them. I decide not to recognize their presence anymore in me. Just the decision is enough. Now I know you will have, oh, I can't decide because I have decided many times like this, but it never worked. That's one more thing. You need to throw with your decision. And you have a problem. No, all this I do, but after 2 days I forget the whole thing. I feel bored, I feel tired, I forget, then nothing works for me. Please listen. All these days, you never allowed the truth of cognition is changeable. You go on believing because you are seeing from the time of your birth, seeing is hardware of you, like eyes. You don't separate eyes and seeing. You don't separate ears and hearing. You don't separate tongue and tasting. If it is there, it is there, which is not truth. Cognition is changeable. Cognition is transformable. With this clarity, the cognition is changeable, cognition is transformable. Decide, I tell you, just know your incompletions. With this clarity of cognition is changeable, the incompletions will lose power over you. Incompletions will have power over you as long as you feel cognition is not changeable. Come on, be integrated, authentic while you answer. How many of you strongly believed till today, unconsciously, that cognition is not changeable? Raise the hand. With this unconscious baseline, any completion you do is not going to work. Any completion you do is not going to work. Because you are walking inside the boat. Is walking inside the boat is going to make you reach somewhere quickly? Is it going to reach you to the place quickly? Listen. If the basic cognition has not changed, nothing can be done. I have a story for you guys. A professional fundraiser called upon a well-known miser, very well-known miser. I tell you, misers are the most poor animal creatures lives on the planet Earth. So a well-known professional fundraiser called upon a well-known miser and says, "Sir, I am seeking contributions for a worthy charity work. The project is 100,000. And a well-known philanthropist, another one philanthropist, a rich man in your town, has already donated a quarter of that." The miser says, "Wonderful, I'll give you another quarter. Have you change for $1? The miser, please understand, I think many of you missed. "I'll give you another quarter. Do you have a change for $1? Till the miser's cognition is changed, nothing can be done. What fundraiser meant is $250,000 is already given by a philanthropist. Means quarter of that. This fellow thinks, oh, he gave a quarter, I'll also give you a quarter. The cognition, the basic cognition, the cognition can be changed. If that doesn't strike you, no completions will work. If you come to the clarity, cognition can be changed. Simply, that very idea, cognition can be changed, can lead to completion. And listen, with this one idea, cognition can be changed. With this one idea, you pen down all the incompletions and look in, decide to think based on the truth. Cognition can be changed, and authenticity, the best I which I want, best outer image which I want, best image about others and life which I want, best way of holding me up to others' expectation, what others hold me up. In these four, listen, just if you start thinking in this line, your very thinking is a completion process. Please get it? I have delivered the climax. Without any completion process separately, with the truth, cognition is changeable, and best this four is you, and anything other than you is incompletion, and deciding to live by the best four you decided about you as you, decide to think only in that line from now on, you will see spontaneous completion. Your very thinking process is completion. Now you have another doubt. No, after 2 days, if I fall back into the same forgetfulness, what shall I do? I may fall back into the space of I need completion, I need incompletion, I need to create clear incompletion. It's one of the biggest questions we have. After you are told about your name, do you forget? So these major truths, when it is revealed, you start processing with that. You don't forget. You may forget the dress color you wore. You may forget the food you ate for few days before in the breakfast. But you will not forget that you have to eat. You will not forget that you have to wear a dress. Understand? You won't forget that you have to eat. You can't forget you have to dress up. These strong, important facts you don't forget. Don't bring your self-doubting pattern before even you start the process. That is also one more cognition which can be changed. Which can be changed. With this cognition, your simple regular thinking and day-to-day life itself becomes completion. Your dreams becomes completion. Even in your dream, you will complete and release them. Patterns with which you are struggling. Your dreams become completion. Your thinking becomes completion. Listen. I'll give the whole essence in Hindi. आज मैं पूर्णत्व का तुरंतारी का बताने वाला हूँ. ध्यान से सुनिए. अनुभूति क्या है? अनुभूति कोई सूचना को प्राप्त करना, उसे सम्मिलित करना, अपने मूल विचार धारा के साथ संबंधित करना और उसे जीवन के प्रति प्रतिक्रिया व्यक्त करना, यही अनुभूति है. श्रद्धा क्या है? श्रद्धा अपने चारों व्यक्तित्व के साथ श्रद्धा रखना, यही श्रद्धा है. आपने ममकार, अहंकार, स्व अन्यकार के साथ श्रद्धालु रहने, यही श्रद्धा है. जो सबसे अच्छी भीतरी छवि आप चाहते हैं उसे जीना, जो सबसे अच्छी बाहरी छवि आप चाहते हैं उसे जीना, जो सबसे अच्छी अपेक्षा दूसरों और जीवन से आप रखते हैं उसे जीना, जो सबसे उच्चतर अपेक्षा लोग आपसे रखते हैं उसे जीना, यही श्रद्धा है. किसी एक में भी कोई समस्या ही अपूर्णता है. यदि आप इन चारों पहलुओं में उच्चतर रूप में है तो आप पूर्ण हैं. ये समझिए, इन चारों में आप ही केंद्र है. यदि ये नहीं विश्वास कर पा रहे हैं कि आप इन चारों को उच्चतम रूप से जी पाएंगे, वही आत्मसंदेह है. आप कैसे इस अनुभव किया जा सकता है? अनुभूति एक स्थायी चीज नहीं है, उसे बदला जा सकता है. वो सॉफ्टवेयर की तरह है, हार्डवेयर नहीं है. अपने आत्मसंदेह के साथ भी यदि आप किसी अनुभूति को लगातार शक्ति देते हैं तो वो अनुभूति दूसरों की अनुभूति को प्रभावित कर सकता है, उसे वास्तविकता में परिवर्तित कर सकता है. हर अनुभूति को परिवर्तित किया जा सकता है, चाहे वो अपूर्णता हो या पूर्णता हो. आपकी अनुभूति है और किसी भी अनुभूति को परिवर्तित किया जा सकता है. आप ही की अनुभूति आपको बद्ध करता है, आप ही की अनुभूति आपको मुक्त करता है. एक सूची बनाइए जिसमें आप ये 4 चीजें वर्णित करते हैं. आपकी सबसे श्रद्धालु भीतरी छवि, सबसे श्रद्धालु बाहरी छवि, सबसे श्रद्धालु दूसरों और जीवन से आपकी अपेक्षा, सबसे श्रद्धालु आपसे दूसरों की अपेक्षा. इन चारों छवियों को वास्तविकता रूप से अनुभव करने में जो समस्या है वही अपूर्णता है. मूल विचारधारा का मूल केवल एक है कि आप ये सोचते हैं कि आपकी अनुभूति परिवर्तित नहीं हो सकती है. अनुभूति को परिवर्तित किया जा सकता है. पहले जानिए, केवल यह निर्णय कीजिए कि जो भी अनुभूति आप श्रद्धा के बीच में बाधा की रूप में है, आप उसको महत्व नहीं देंगे, उसको अस्तित्व नहीं देंगे। मूल विचारधारा का मूल केवल एक है कि आप यह सोचते हैं कि आपकी अनुभूति परिवर्तित नहीं हो सकती है। अनुभूति को परिवर्तित किया जा सकता है, यह पहले जानिए। केवल यह निर्णय कीजिए कि जो भी अनुभूति आपका और श्रद्धा के बीच में बाधा के रूप में है, आप उसको महत्व नहीं देंगे, उसको अस्तित्व नहीं देंगे। Understand, I am giving you some of the deepest sacred secrets. Even if you understand, your cognition can be changed. For example, you are seeing this pillar as a pillar. Today, if I declare this as a God and start worshipping it, within 10 days you will see this as a God. Your cognition can be changed. If I declare this pillar as a demon, in few days you will see demon in it. Your cognition can be changed. So have this understanding. Know what is you, what is your incompletions. With this, with understanding, cognition can be changed. Start living and thinking. Your very thinking will be completion. This is the science of spontaneous completion. Instant completion. आपकी मेरे संदेश का सारांश यही है, केवल इस सत्य के साथ की अनुभूति परिवर्तित हो सकती है और अपने चार चाबियों को श्रद्धा पूर्ण रूप से जीने का निर्णय लेना, इस सोच विचार मात्रा से आप पूर्णत्व पा सकते हैं। यही विज्ञान है तुरंत जीवन मुक्ति का। यही विज्ञान है तुरंत पूर्णत्व का। अंडरस्टैंड? Just having the clear decision. Having the clear decision, thinking with the decision. Having the clear decision, thinking with the decision. Nothing else is required. And you also need to know, you don't put conscious effort to remember your name. I have seen whenever I give spiritual name to people, by next 3 day, 4 day, they forget the old name. How many of you forgot your old name? Even in your dream, you think only about your new name, spiritual name. It is not that only the people who received the name long before. Even few days before, people who receive the spiritual name, they suddenly forget the old name. So when you remember this is your new name, you don't need to make new effort, special effort to keep that name in your memory. If you remember this truth, cognition is changeable. You don't need to put an effort to remember it and put a special energy to cognize it. Just the remembrance leads to completion. A remembrance leads to completion. Yasya smaranamatreena janma samsara bandhanat vimuchyate namastasmai Vishnave Prabha Vishnave. That is what is the meaning of this word. The moment I remember, I am lead to completion and liberation. O Lord, I bow down to you who liberates me just by the mere remembrance. There's a beautiful verse. Yasya smarana matrena janma samsara bandhanat vimuchyate namastasmai Vishnave Prabha Vishnave. Let you all achieve, experience, live, express, radiate, share and explode in eternal bliss. Nithyananda.
Nithyananda Dhyanapitham, Nithyananda Nagar, off Mysore Road, Bidadi, Bengaluru. Phone 08027279999. www.nithyananda.org. www.youtube.com/Life Bliss Foundation.